Welcome to the ultimate cartoon movie hub. From timeless classics to the latest hits, we bring the best of animation to your screen. The series begins with a story after the Kung Fu Panda movie, where Po becomes the Dragon Master by the end, and no one can defeat him. Throughout this tale, there's a bear named Po who becomes beloved and feared by everyone. Anyone who tries to fight him is easily defeated. Later, Po, as we know him, is walking through his town with everyone running up to him to take pictures while he's just on his way to grab a bite to eat, checking if the food is juicy or not. At the same time, two characters, Klaus and Veruca, are watching him, planning to steal a magical glove that, once worn, makes its wearer invincible. Po hears the townsfolk scared of these thieves, so he reluctantly leaves his meal to investigate. When he confronts them, Klaus and Veruca have already stolen the glove. Po chases after them, cornering them and breaking a bridge over their heads to retrieve the glove. However, his bad luck strikes, and the glove falls again, landing directly on Klaus and Veruca. One of the glove's fingers breaks off, which Po retrieves. When Klaus retaliates while wearing the glove, he punches Po, sending him flying into the water. Po decides he cannot give up, especially since he's the Dragon Master and everyone fears him. Another fighter emerges, heading toward Veruca and Klaus, but that fighter eventually falls. Po decides to confront this fighter, but when he removes their helmet, it turns out to be a female warrior named Lucira, the daughter of the Queen of England. Lucira tells Po she wanted to fight Klaus and Veruca before reaching the Dragon Master to learn more about combat. Po reveals that he is the Dragon Master, but she dismisses him, saying she just defeated him moments ago. She decides to pursue the thieves who stole the glove, while Po pleads to join her. Initially, she refuses, calling him unimpressive and not as strong as she expected. However, when she realizes Po has the broken finger of the glove, she agrees to let him accompany her, warning him not to slow her down. Meanwhile, Klaus and Veruca are traveling with the glove when they are ambushed by others trying to rob them. Using the magical glove, they fend off the attackers, delivering a powerful blow that transforms the area into a volcanic eruption of lava and fire, as if a disaster had struck. Po and Lucira continue their journey, but she eventually leaves him behind. Determined, Po chases after her and finds her again. Through their conversation, it's revealed that Klaus and Veruca had previously stolen from the Queen of England, Lucira's mother, and were imprisoned. However, they managed to escape and now seek the magical glove to exact revenge. Lucira reaches the volcanic area but cannot cross it. Po confidently tells her to follow his lead and leaps across the rocks to the other side. Amazed, Lucira watches as Po, despite his appearance, proves his agility. He throws a rope back to Lucira to help her cross, but they are confronted by animals claiming the river is theirs. Po tells Lucira to hold the rope while he deals with them. A fight ensues, and Po, as the Dragon Master, defeats the attackers one by one. Lucira, still in disbelief, watches as Po handles the situation. After defeating the animals, Po and Lucira discover that Klaus and Veruca, using the glove, have caused destruction in another nearby town. Po notices the broken glove finger he has starts glowing green. They head to the town, where ancient scrolls have been stolen. Villagers mistakenly capture a young girl, accusing her of the theft. Po decides to rescue her, leaving Lucira behind. He sneaks into the place where the girl is imprisoned, distracts the guards, and escapes with her. However, more guards await them outside. Po confronts them, revealing his skills as the Dragon Master, and defeats them. Lucira arrives to assist, and together they rescue the girl. The girl shares a strange story about how the land was once united before evil creatures sought to rule it. To combat this, 4 weapons were created to prevent evil from taking over. The first weapon is the glove, now with Klaus and Veruca. The second is a whip, not just any whip, but a Russian lightning whip with a unique design. The third is a pot that looks strange. The girl forgets what the 4th weapon is. Po realizes Klaus and Veruca are after all 4 weapons to dominate the world. After the story, the king's guards chase Po and Lucira again. They escape, but the guards report back to the king, explaining that Po, the Dragon Master, disrupted their mission. The king orders his elite Forbidden Squad to pursue Po. Meanwhile, Po finds a discarded magazine issue that talks about the same story the girl told. It also explains the whip's location, hidden by its previous wielder, to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands. Po decides to visit the magazine's author, but Lucira initially refuses. Eventually, she agrees, and they go together. At the author's house, they find a sign barring Po from entering. Lucira goes in and learns from the author that Po supposedly died 3 months ago, and the author doesn't want to see anyone connected to him. Po, waiting outside, grows impatient and disguises himself to sneak in. For the family, and he says to him, "Listen, forget this nonsense. We need to find the number before everything falls apart." And indeed, the two manage to find the next number that hasn't been released yet. But before either of them could read anything, the writer's son arrives and says, "Didn't I tell you I don't want to see anyone here?" He sounds the alarm so that everyone hears him. And the problem is that even the Forbidden Group hears the alarm and locates Bo. Bo starts pleading with the writer's son, saying, "We just want to save the planet, not harm you. We don't even need that whip." The writer's son explains that the warrior didn't actually hide the whip, but was supposed to hide it with her warriors, so no one could reach it. The two take the map and decide to head to the whip's location. But the Forbidden Group has already arrived, and this group doesn't mess around. Even the Dragon Master Damge is with them, eating alongside them, and they manage to capture Bo. When Lucira sees the situation falling apart, she tells Bo, "I'll go after the map to find the whip." Lucira continues her journey, taking with her a little girl she saved at the beginning of the series. She follows the map but keeps thinking about how unfair she was to Bo and wants to go back. Meanwhile, Klaus and Veruca are walking through the desert under a scorching sun that's almost killing them. Klaus regrets going with Veruca. We then return to Bo, who gets lucky when the cage he's in falls from a high place and breaks open, allowing him to escape. However, one of the Forbidden Group members follows him, trying to catch him. But when this person catches up to Bo, he says, "I actually love you and have wanted to tell you that for a long time, but, you know, we're supposed to be enemies." Bo replies, "What? So you're not with the Forbidden Group?" He realizes this person is a fan of the Dragon Master and wants to help him. Bo continues with this person to reach the city. Lucira and the little girl also arrive, as do Klaus and Veruca, who are exhausted from walking through the desert. When Bo sees Klaus and Veruca, he says, "I need to confront them and show them their mistakes." But as he gets up, he discovers that members of the Forbidden Group have set a trap and tied him to a chair. One of them says to Bo, "I tricked you, and now I'll hand you over to take your place and get the money." The family sees this and rushes to the location, finding Klaus and Veruca there as well. They chase them until they catch Veruca. One of the family members says to Veruca, "Weren't you the one my mother imprisoned for theft? And that day, you also killed someone. Do you know who that was? My brother, the prince. You killed him, so now I'll destroy you." But before she can do anything, a masked warrior arrives, takes advantage of the situation, and captures Bo and Lucira, tying them with ropes while letting Klaus and Veruca escape. The little girl uses this opportunity to give Bo the map, telling him, "Follow it exactly as I've written, and you'll reach the whip's location." Bo escapes with Lucira, who keeps remembering her brother, who was a strong and brave fighter killed when she was young. She always wanted to be like him. When Bo teases her, throwing sand at her, Lucira snaps out of her thoughts and says, "Stop messing around. Let's hurry before it's too late." Meanwhile, Klaus and Veruca, who were following the person who captured Bo and the family, are caught. The captor is about to kill them when Klaus says, "Why do you want to kill us? We don't even know you. You want Bo for revenge, right? So take him and leave us alone. We just want the map. Let's make a deal." This plan works, and the captor agrees. At this point, Lucira identifies their location on the map and tells Bo, "We're in the right place, but where's the city?" The two wander around until they find a lake. Bo says, "Great, things are starting to look up." After walking around the lake for a while, they discover a massive stone statue, which turns out to be the city they were looking for. They enter through the statue's mouth and search for the magical whip. They eventually find it placed in an empty spot with no one guarding it. As they approach to take it, an old monkey appears and says, "I guard this whip, and what you're doing isn't good for you. But it doesn't matter because no one can leave this statue without an exit." Lucira pleads with the monkey, saying, "We're just trying to save the world from evil before someone takes control of the weapons in this whip." The monkey is moved by their words and says, "Orxzarania, fine, come with me. There might be a way out, but it's not guaranteed." She takes the whip from them, saying, "This is for safekeeping," and leads them to a rope, telling them to jump down. When they land, they find themselves surrounded by skeletal warriors trying to kill them. Imagine having to fight skeletons. Bo and Lucira team up and fight together, defeating all the skeletons. The monkey, impressed by their bravery, says, "Well done, that was incredible." She gives them the whip, telling them how to find the exit. With that, Bo and Lucira have acquired the first of 4 weapons, but their journey is far from over, and that's how this part of the series ends. Stay tuned for more movies and series, and don't forget to support us with a like and subscribe to the channel.